Hi everybody, welcome to Deb's Thing. This is Debbie,
and I will be presenting my original design, which my 10-year-old called
Track. She calls this Track.
It is
In part 2 of my introduction to my original designs as 7D. It looks like I'm having a little focusing issue here. I'm sorry about that. 7D.
Now, I originally made it.
This was my first one, which I made. I was looking for a lacy look, which I got, but then
If you see these loops in the middle here, the ones kind of going from the center out, the white ones, I replaced those with the back
and got a little more sophisticated look right here. I'm not sure which one I like better. I might be leaning towards this one, I think.
I tried it again. I want to try some of my metallic bands,
and I had first done it
in Jelly Rose, but I really didn't like the feel of the all jelly. It was it's a loose design as it is. Maybe I should have kept it together so that you could see it.
But this is what it looks like in red, except that I alternated the colors here
as opposed to keeping the tracks
all the same.
But I did make a little whoops.
I missed a loop here, so I'm going to have to redo this later on.
So to get going, I'm still contemplating, do I do the lacy design? Do I do this one? I think I'm going to go for this one because the colors I'm using, it's going to
be a real nice psychedelic look.
So for the black, I'm going to be using neon green, and for the white,
I'm going to be using mango.
And as my reference number suggested, everything's looking around here, we will be using 7 bars. Okay. It's going to be in the V pattern.
This being on the bottom, these two being parallel,
these 3 being parallel to each other, and then these 2 all going up one step. I found this to be a satisfactory bracing,
with 1 down here, 2 of these here,
and 3 up here. So if you have 2 looms and just buy
1 extra bar from
rainbowloom.com, they were $1.99. I think they're $2.50 or $2.49 right now. So this is the setup you'll need. And let's get going. We are going to start placing the 1A for extension later on, and we are going to just go up the center with A, with the color A. When you do take this off, just remember it is a loosely knitted, if you will, design. It's more like a crochet than a knit as far as its tight, weaving goes. Okay. Now we were going to do, see, I changed it up a little bit, so I don't want to confuse myself. Okay, we are going to place our first A band on either side like this. and then we will take color B and place it here and here. Then we'll take B from here to here, from here to here. And then place 2 A color bands. Well, actually, since I'm going to be, okay, let's put it this way. If you want this design, these are going to be bands 4 and 5 as we go up. If you want it to be all the same color in the middle, then place 2 A color bands, okay? But since I'm going to be making
this pattern,
I will be switching this 5th band. It doesn't count out that way now, but once we get into the rhythm, it'll be the 5th band. So this is our initial setup, and again, if you want it to be all
solid in the middle,
these 2 bands, why does that not look right? Oh, I think it's just tweaked. Okay, that just doesn't look like it's lining up right for some reason, but must just be an optical illusion. These 2 will always be the same color, and I'll remind you as we go up. Now we're going to start in the 5 band sequence. I'm going to do it on one side and then the other side. So we'll do 1, that's A1, then B2, B3, A4, and if you like this, this will always be A5. If you're going with this, it's going to be B5. So I'm going to be going with B5. So we go A1, B2, B3, A4, and either A or B for your 5th band. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. You'll see 2 green 3 green bands that all the way greens, 2 greens, 2 greens, 2 greens. If you're going here, or whatever color you're choosing for color A. If not, this last 5th band
on the sequence
will be your B color. So I'll do the sequence one more time, and then you will be doing it all the way up except
this little triangle of
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We won't be doing that. We will be just going up there, and it comes out nice and, I think it comes out evenly. It's 1, A1, B2, B3, A4, A or B5. Do the same on this side. A1, B2, B3, A4, and A or B for your 5th. I should have mentioned too that if you wanted to do this pattern, you know, these middle ones, these 5th ones would be the green or the A color, and all you would have going up is this little upside down V here. So you would just, if you wanted to change the colors, you would just use one color here, and just go up. Or I threw these in so that it didn't have a big old green blob at the base here. So if you want to alternate colors, it'd just be these two V's. You know what, I'm going to leave it at that. This would get too complicated if I start giving too many variables. Okay, I'm pretty sure this comes out evenly. If you're not quite sure, if it doesn't seem like it's going to complete this pattern right to the end, just stop up around here and I will instruct you when I come up to that point and find that there is a little different sequence at the very end. I just can't think of it right now, and I don't see it on my notes as there's a different sequence at the end, so that's what I'm going by.
Have fun. It takes a little while because there are, you know, a lot of bands for this, but it should go pretty fast.
Well, hopefully that wasn't too difficult.
This is the loom.
When it's finished, if you are going with
this pattern,
all these little
middle arrows should be your A color, and so it'll look a little different
than that. So it did
even out. Came right, you know, the last band in the band number 5 in the sequence did come out
at that final post, so that worked fine. Now we are simply going to cap it. I like to just twist it once and then roll it over with my thumb.
If you want to double over and stretch it out over, that's fine.
Whatever it takes to get that little double cap on there. Now this is interesting. These two colors are very, you know, tonally similar, so it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to have kind of like that kind of wavy feel you get when you see the newsman with checkers or pinstripes on. It's going to kind of have that effect.
But we will see.
Now we're ready to turn the loom around and start looping it back. The first few bands will be a unique sequence to get it started,
but after that,
it's going to be a, let's see, 6, kind of a 5.5, 6 step process, as you will see, and you should be able to easily follow it once I show it a couple times. So at first we are going to reach under and grab whatever band is on top, whether it's an A or a B, depending on how you set up your pattern. And you are going to go out both sides, and then you are going to do it on the next band, which this one should be the A. Then we're going to go up the center, and then I'm going to, let's see,
the next sequence I'm going to do all on this side and all on this side.
So you're going to loop this one, which could be A or B color, and this will be a B. Then you come back up here, take this B color up to this post, and then reach down here and grab your B color, bring it to this one. And you have to make sure you grab it because the other half of this one that's already looped over is right next to this one, so I grabbed the wrong one a couple times. It kind of messed things up. And then the final sequence is here. And so we'll do it over. Then we'll bring this one down and go back up to this post, bring this one over here, then come down to this post. Make sure you've got that bottom band, bring it over here, and then bring your A color. Now this is going to be the sequence pattern from now on, okay? This is number 1, but it counts for both sides. So this is 1, 2, top band, 3, I'm going to push that down since there's quite a few bands on there, 4, if you go all the way down, you could get the bottom, 5, and 6. Okay. Now we already did 1 when we looped this over, so now we're on to step 2 on this side. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'll show you that one more time, and we will do that all the way up to this last sequence right here. This is number 6.
It goes up to here,
and then I will help you finish the last row of bands. Okay, one more time. Step number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And since 1 was already done on this side, we will start with step 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if you cut it out, it's really simple. The only difference is going to be if you chose to have this the A color as opposed to me picking out the B color. So as I said, go all the way up to this sequence where 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this one over here to 6. And I'll show you how to finish it off. Alright, hopefully that wasn't too tedious.
Now you might have a little bowing of your loom.
I didn't make too big of a concern of how it was set up because
it is not a very tight weave or looping pattern, so it doesn't put a lot of stress.
But if anybody, at any time, if you can figure out a better way to put this or have more of these smaller ones, they should actually come out with braces that fit across this way, I don't know. So anyways, okay.
I left you with finishing the loop up to
here. So now the obvious is in the middle. We're going to bring this up. And then I'm going to grab this band and bring this up. It's just a matter of choosing which way you're going to, which band you're going to do first. You're kind of all going to the same place. These 2 B colors don't really match the patterns of these up here, but if we don't put a B color here and they're all A's, this whole section of the bracelet kind of looks funky. So put this up the middle, and then grab these last 2. And hopefully I've got them all. I didn't miss any like I did on my red, white, and silver. So now that we have it, ready to put the extension on, and you really don't need as many. I mean, sorry about that. I was not paying attention to my battery warning light, so
Okay, battery just went
dead on me.
fresh battery going.
Plenty of room on SD card, and ready to start our extension. So with this already halfway in there, all you have to do is reach in, grab that band and bring it out, and place this half of the band on top. Turn it around and gently pull through these 2 loops. Bring your hook upright and place the band on. I like to do, sorry, I just knocked my clip off the table. I like to do like clip in the middle, so I do 1/2 of my extension here and then the other half after I take the bracelet off. So I'm only going to have, I have 1, 2, and this is the 3rd one because I count that one down the bottom. I'm just going to put 3 on each side, and the cap on the other half is counted as an extension. I stretch it apart, bands apart with my fingers so that clip can just easily go on.
Try that again.
Easily go on and stay on. Okay.
Now it's time to release
the bracelet. I like to take it off in segments. Okay, I'm sorry, I've got a lot of pain in my fingers, so I'm going to be using a little crochet hook to do this. The smooth end, use the back of that narrow paintbrush, anything tail on hand that's smooth and won't tear the bands and won't get caught up like the hooked end of this. It takes a little bit longer, but it ensures that your design doesn't become distorted if you go a little too crazy and pulling it off, which I've definitely done. So I'm going off screen here. I'm not really doing anything except continually. Very easily comes off. Oh, I like this.
what a bright little patch of color on your wrist. I don't think my skin tone goes with this too well, but anyone with a tan at the beach, how cute would that be at the beach? It's 4th of July coming up. They said, you know, it would have the solid green in the center with the highlights being the mango on the side,
but this gives it kind of a
feel of lace.
Which is why we named it Tracked. As I said, my daughter picked out the name, so
I'm going to let her have her way.
I'm just going to place 2 bands here, so I have a 3rd one. You can add more, and you know, you can always take them off, right? If there's too many, you can just pull them away. Stretch this over this one with this peg so that you can have easy access. And that's pretty, that was a pretty quick run there.
Now you're going to reach around.
Stretch this out so that your clip easily goes on. Place that monstrous loom to the side, and there you have it. Now there is this option.
So you have the green stripe in the middle, so it is reversible. It has even more of a butterfly kind of situation, more than that one.
So you have it this way, or this way, and another variation of tracked. Track, not track, track. T-R-A-C-K, track. If you like this design, feel free to like the video and share it with your friends. And if you'd like to see more of my upcoming designs, I think I have 120, 130 left to make videos on. Feel free to subscribe to Deb's Thing so that you can be notified. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.